A Shalom Markings of Rakam Makapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that's pushing his truth and all sincerity. Alright, as you see on the screen here, right, you got Bishop Nathaniel from the IUIC in his image. Right, and these guys, it's been a long thing now, right? But these guys are in a whole other spirit than what is to be expected of men of the Lord. Right? These guys, they love all the attention, they love all the exaltation, not exaltation, exalting of the people, right? Love getting hot air blown up their asses, right? To feel some kind of importance, in the world, in the congregation, right? They like these to feel lofty. And I think there's an example of this, right? So here, this caption, like a better word, right? He's got Nate here, right? And there's a scripture posted up, Sirach 44, 1-2. And it says, "Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his power from the beginning." Right? So basically denoting that, Nate is a great man and that he's basically worthy of praise and glory, right? Now, Lord willing, eventually, right? If we be of men in the Lord, get elect, we'll get their glory, right? But this place is not where our glory lies. We're not going to receive glory in this world. We're going to receive nothing but condemnation and hate. And because, Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, he was never glorified while he was on earth, right? So we're not going to receive glory. We're not going to receive, that type of recognition and idolization, for like a better word, in this world, right? And that's not what we're aiming to do. It's not what we're aiming for, right? We have to wait. We're going to wait, right? We're going to wait to receive that, because at the end of the day, until we finish this path of us, this race that we're in, right, as the scriptures call it, and we'll grab the scriptures in a minute, you have to endure unto the end, right? And until we've endured unto the end, man, we don't know, right? We don't know if we are great men. We don't know if we're great men yet. Okay, we're not great men yet. Now you could say, a person's been in the truth a certain amount of years and he's done so much works and stuff like that. Yeah, that's one level of acknowledgement, but really the proof is going to be in the pudding at the end, right? When we know, because there's guys that have been, I'm still, relatively young in this truth, right? And there's been guys that have been in this, that was in this truth longer than I have been, that have, fallen off, right? And so we all have to be careful, right? Right? So yeah, we have respect among, those that have put their time in. That's why we give double honors unto the elders, the apostles, right? But for Nate to basically saying like, yeah, I'm a great man, just put it out there for everyone to know. Because the elders and apostles, they don't like that kind of attention, man. They don't like that, right? And you don't want that. You know what I mean? Because what's this ended up as, man? These guys have become proud, right? And these men are going off still. It's not like they're on point, right? But these guys have become proud, man. They've begun to feel themselves, and that ain't good. Okay, pride is not good, and all that ass kissing, brings around pride. So, but he enjoys it. I'm sure he's captains and lieutenants and whatever, they enjoy it too, having that rank and having people look up to them and kiss their ass and shit. I'm sure they love that too. But I also go through a few scriptures, just to show you, man, we gotta remain humble, man, and don't think more of ourselves than we are. You know, because at the end of the day, we don't know yet, right? Like I said, Lord willing, we're those great men, we're of the elect, and that we're gonna receive our honor, we're gonna receive our glory. But you know, go around acting like I'm that guy when we don't. Well, the road you're on currently, man, would suggest otherwise. But you know, but yeah, man, we ain't that guy yet. Or those men, or those guys. We're not those guys yet. Okay, Yahushua is gonna receive His glory first. Okay, before us. All right, so you know it's a waiting game. It's why it's all patience and faith, right? But let's go into these scriptures, right? Since I've quoted it in my mind, but I didn't put it down here. Let's have a look. Let it go again. It's from Romans chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, right? But to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith." Right? So we're meant to think soberly, man. We're not meant to like put ourselves on a pedestal, man. Right? Because that's when the Lord comes to check you, man, and humble you, man, if the Lord is dealing with you, man. But if the Lord ain't dealing with you, well, guess what? He's gonna let you continue in your pride so that you're gonna be destroyed. Right? So that's what I said, that road is dangerous. All right. This is Sirach chapter 1, verse 30, right? It says, "Exalt not thyself," right? He's exalting himself. Okay, these people exalt themselves, right? We're waiting to be exalted if we're of the men of the elect, right? We're waiting to be exalted, and the Lord is going to exalt us. The Most High is going to exalt us when our job, our task is done. Okay, and not before then. All right. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall. Right? Because I said the road, you know, Nate is on currently, man, is that, you know, he might not make it unless he turns to the Lord with a pure heart and a pure mind. Okay, which he ain't currently doing. Right? Yeah, you know, he spoke the name for the first time in you know in a long time, right? But you know, we'll see. But you know, right? It says, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discovered thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. Right? That's why. You know, you're full of pride and deceit, not fearing the Lord. You know, you didn't fear. You didn't feel no way to not call him by his name, or, you know, and his son's name. Okay, you didn't know fear, right? So that's why you can't exalt yourself, man, because you may bring dishonor upon yourself. It's from Matthew chapter 23 and verse 2. It says, saying, "The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not." Right? As I said, Nate is acting like a paragon of this Islamic movement, right? It's Hebrew Israelitisms, right? But you know, he one of them guys that set himself up high, right? And people look to him, and he's responsible for many men, right? And people idolize him, right? It's called what it is. They idolize him, right? And but basically, he ain't right. He ain't all the way right, you know. This is So for they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay and laid them on man's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, right? And this is, we always know about Nate and the garments, right? But they like all of that glitz and glamour. They like looking important, right? Looking like they're righteous and holy and all this business, right? They like the look of it and the response that they get from the people, right? But they ain't all the way right. Okay, there's leaven in there, right? This is verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues and greetings in the markets and to be called of men rabbi, rabbi. Okay, they love all of that attention, man. They love all that respect and the power that they have over these people, right? That's what they like. That is what they like, man. Right? So, it's probably a light thing for him to, believe such a thing in his mind, that he's a great man, or that he should be looked at as a great man. You don't know your end yet. We'll know if we're great men or not when the Lord comes. All right. This is Luke chapter 14, verse 7. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, and he marked how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them, when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not thou in the highest room, lest a more honourable man than thou be bidden of him. And Nate would just, plonk his ass at the top, right? Because he ain't all that humble, right? And yeah, like he the greatest. But verse 9 it says, and he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. Right? So he got ask you to get up out your seat and move to the lower room, right? But you thought you was on that level, but you're not really on that level. So you're gonna ask to go down, right? So but when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, right? Be humble, right? Then when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. And this is what we try to, incorporate in us, man, and how we conduct ourselves, how we carry ourselves, man, with humility. Right? Not thinking that, we're the baddest Hebrew is like on the planet, man, super Hebrews and all that stuff, right? We're trying to keep it low key, man, because the time is coming when Yahushua is gonna come, and this is what the parable is really speaking about, right? Yahushua is gonna return and exalt the men that need to be exalted, right? The humble, the meek, right? They're gonna be gathered up. They're gonna get beamed up. They're gonna get taken. They're gonna get changed, right? But we're not acting like that we're deserving of that, because we know we don't. It's not, yes, the elect are sealed and they're gonna receive these things, but really we're lowly, man. We're pieces of shit, and we need mercy. All right, we're not gonna exalt ourselves beyond our station. In 2nd Ezra chapter 43, sorry, chapter 2, and I also grab the point, verse 43, right? So, and in the midst of them was a young man of a high stature. Okay, this represents the Lord Yahushai. It says taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and he was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Right, Yahushua is going to come and set crowns upon our head, man. That's when we're going to be exalted. That's when we're going to receive our glory. Okay, we're not going to bestow upon ourselves our own glories, right? To make ourselves of self-importance. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're just tools filthy tools at that, you know. And, in due time, if we do what is pleasing to the Lord, then, we're going to be exalted and glorified and receive the reward, okay, at the end, okay? This is, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Now are they crowned and receive palms, okay? They receive the honor, right? Because they stood stiffly for the name, right? Confessed the name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, which Nate has been denying for longest time, right? So how can he be a great man? That's not to say that he ain't a great man. I'm just saying, look, because if he is then he is a great man. But until the end, we ain't gonna know. But his actions would suggest otherwise at this moment in time. So you wouldn't exalt yourself and be accepting all the accolades, man. You would just keep it humble, man, knowing that we're all wicked and all done wrong. We all come short of the glory, right? It says, so he answered and said to me, It is the Son of God whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Right? Can you say Nate has stood stiffly for the name of the Lord? No, not really. If at all. At one time. We'll see going forward, right? This is Matthew 24, verse 13. So, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, right? So again, we have to get to the end to know if we're going to receive that reward, if we're going to be exalted and glorified at the end. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. It says, Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. Right? So you gotta reach the end of the finish line, man. And none of us have done that yet. Right? So none of us can claim to be those great men that these scriptures, Sirach is referring to, because we don't know yet. We don't know if we're those guys yet. We hope. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect, right? We hope. And we fight, to get to that finish line. All right. So every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things, but now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Right. So all this glory that this man's getting or supposedly getting or whatever, right? That's all just a corruptible crown, man. That doesn't mean shit. It don't mean shit. The glory that you receive on this side don't mean shit. It's a corruptible crown, right? So I so run, not as uncertainty, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Okay, we do it with faith, right? But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Right? So we always got to be careful, man. All right? We're going to end it with this, right? This is Sirach chapter 3, verse 18. This is the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many are in a higher place and of renown. Okay, in this world, amongst Hebrew Israelites, Nate is well known, Nate is respected, and let's say he looks the part, right? So, people like that, right? So many are in a higher place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek, and this is why elders and apostles, man, they have one over Nate in terms of revelation and understanding and breakdowns and just the spirit. The elders are over Nate. Right, he still can't come to terms with what the MRTB is, man. He just about got the names of the Lord. So in the spirit, the elders and apostles there over him, right? And we ain't be wearing them fancy garments and fancy titles and fancy parties and all this stuff, which pleases man's eyes. We're not about that, right? The Lord is revealing the secrets to the meek, right? For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully this was edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next one, man. So till then, I say shalom.